So, just before we do this, though, right? What are we going to? Because again, we're going to also go in there and enter the room. The kid will want to know, or the demon will want to know what's going on. So, what is our plan of action in regards to responding to the demon?
We tell the demon that it's going to take. We tell the demon it's going to take time for the antidote to process through the body.
Okay, so we'll just straight up tell it that we've got a cure and we're going to administer the cure right now.
Well, we need when it. Fair point. We're gonna first tell the demon that we have a working cure. We have a working sample, and that it needs to be made in a larger quantity, and that is going to take Lucius some time, and then we will administer it.
Sure.
And after that, we tell the demon that it's going to take time to process.
Okay. So are we wanting to go? Will we go and tell the demon that now, or do we want to just go straight to Lucius? What does the team want to do?
Well, I think for the moment, unless the demon asks us, we should prioritize just getting the antidote made.
Yeah, I cannot help with that. But I want to stay with Lucius. I don't want anything to fuck him over or if the demon is catching on and it doesn't want the cure to happen, I'm not want anything to distract him. So I'm going to be there while he's doing that, just to stand guard.
Absolutely, that makes perfect sense.
Nicola and Morrigan, and I think unfortunately you will have to
stay out here.
Stay here again.
Yeah. Want me to stay out here with that thing?
I mean, come on, Morrigan. I just fed the bear enough food that it'll go into a coma for like an hour at least.
Just off, we found out Morrigan's actually hugely racist towards dwarves. She was talking about you.
She's what?
She's hugely racist towards dwarves. She's talking.
Holy shit!
She's talking about you, Morrigan. I've told you several times.
You can. How dare you?
You can't have that view on Drastov. Like it's not nice.
We are people, goddammit.
He's a member of this party, and you must respect him. Just because he's smaller than you doesn't mean you're better than him.
Respect you if I could make eye contact with you, dwarf. As Morrigan he says with a smile and a sense of
well, Miss Swamp Witch, I say you'll be making your own dinner from now on. I hope you enjoy rats.
Swamp Witch.
What else would you call me? I call him how I see him.
Do you know the most common cause of death between Swamp Witches, Drastov?
Gonorrhea and lice infection.
You would think that, but it's actually swamp ass. So I mean, you can see you can see why they're so annoyed.
I have you know, my ass is clean and smelling beautiful. Thank you.
I mean,
I'd rather not want to find out. Thanks.
That's your own prerogative, I suppose.
It's better than wearing that heavy armor.
I look at like my shorts and I'm like, I don't even have armor down there. What? I'm just randomly put under the gun and I'm like, wait, why am I in this?
Glaith doesn't understand what's happening, but he looks like he's having a good time.
I'm about as confused as that goddamn bear is. I'm like, what did I do?
I take it Avalon and the bear have the same look.
No, I'm not. I mean, I won't have a good time on my face because I just got a shot fired at me, and I'm like, I didn't even do anything.
So yeah, you again. Fortunately, it's not going to allow any magical users inside. I mean, I don't know. Am I practicing it? Give me 2 seconds. What's used for disguise? Is it deception?
Generally deception, yeah.
I mean, I would be highly suspicious, but I mean, like, either Nicola, myself, or Morrigan and myself can like go away, and I could try and disguise you as someone else. But again, that might maybe sense the magical aura. I don't know, but I don't think we want to take that risk. Let's just leave that. I think and I'll say in a hushed tone, I think we'd also want to do that maybe later on if it comes to that. But yeah, so unfortunately, you guys are going to have to wait here. But I mean, Nicola has got Gleif with her, so I'm sure that'll have plenty of form of entertainment for Morrigan. I'll look at Gleif and I'll just be like, remember Gleif? There's meat in our pockets. Go and get it.
Stop lying to the bear.
I'm not lying. Do you have meat on you?
I thank you so much.
I'm not lying then. Here you go.
Morrigan, do you want a very easy solution how to deal with the bear?
I have a few easy solutions that are not options.
Non-lethal.
No, I do not have any options.
Well, then there's a very easy solution from the dwarf to the swamp witch.
I have a name, dwarf. Do you like
You
me?
always address me as dwarf, so I shall call you swamp witch. It is only fair.
I just feel like
addressed you as best of many times, dwarf.
Ah, but you've addressed me as dwarf more often in recent times.
I can't see you half the time.
Well, I'm so sorry. I guess I'll have to get some stilts and say a hat.
that'd be
I would
highlight it
very
in.
much appreciate that.
Excellent. Go make them some magical stilts. If you can make those, I'll wear them proudly, and I'll
So I
scream that
make
the
them
swamp
look
witch.
blue sticks and wear a silly pointed hat for you.
Of course. Anyway, just feed the bear and it'll shut up.
Then it beg for more. Have you not watched its behavior around the all?
Yes, and I know how animals work. Their stomach isn't infinite. You should know that.
Start calling Morgan right.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Oh god, that is...
Body told. Morgan will leave the campaign.
Yes.
It's fine. We've got a bear.
Mor-
There. We don't need her.
Morgan leave the campaign. Are you telling me Morgan got Shrek'd?
Morgan leaves.
Wait, how do we know who Shrek is?
I also meant that out of game.
I
It's
mean,
a legendary creature, a legendary ogre.
Fuck's sake, man.
that's a
Just go with me, Nicky, man. I mean, I'm trying to defend your bear. She's calling it a beast and she's insulting it, and I'm like diverting the attention away to Drastov, who's happily taking all the attention. Jeez Louise, I'm just going to paint your bear green now and we'll call it Shrek.
Anyway, moving on to drug making, I suppose.
It is time. The moment of truth has come. Lucius, hopefully you've had the time you need to figure out how you want to do this. Drastov is available to assist with your checks. You've consumed your pluses from the consumable items you had, but you are still in a flat +2 because of being in a stable and clean environment. You get an additional +1 because of your research and preparation. All of your rolls will be at a +3.
You got this, son. You got this.
Do this. You ready to wipe that sweat off your forehead and do this and see if an entire kingdom is going to die because of you?
No, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I had to add some pressure for you. All right.
Just remember, if it goes tits up, they accuse you of burning it down. So fuck them. It's just you getting revenge.
Fuck 'em. They said I was a terrorist, so I became a terrorist.
All right. What do you want me to, or do I need to go over anything, or you want me to throw rolls?
Tell me how you're planning to proceed.
Okay.
Summarize what you know and what you're planning to do.
Okay. Well, so after synthesizing enough of a sample to what I think would be effective for the whole entire body, I am going to see about obtaining some sort of like a syringe or injection contraption, so we can go directly into the heart, like Drastov had mentioned. That does make a lot of sense. Just need a steady hand. I've got that. So yeah, I'm gonna find some middle ground because I don't want to push this into his system so fast that it's going to cause a bunch of additional risk. But I do want this to take effect to the point where I know he's on the right path. So some middle ground of, a little bit extra, but not so much that it's like his heart's gonna fucking explode or his veins are gonna boil.
Is that would that not be like an IV? Sorry, like see exact because they always have it linked up to your left arm, isn't it? Because that's the valve that always like is the closest and it goes into your heart. Is that what you mean? Like have like an IV or something set up so it kind of it's slowly going in to his heart. Is that correct?
See, I was thinking about that, but the problem is that we don't want it. I'm not sure we want it in his veins like that. I mean, the primary concern is the heart not being able to pump all this stuff. So if we inject at the heart, then in theory, that's gonna at the direct site where blood flows and pumps into the entire body.
It's that but a higher risk though. Do you know what I mean? Because you're injecting right into someone's heart. Like if you believe you can do that, then fantastic. It's just more like because you said about a kind of steady a middle ground.
Yeah,
I think like maybe the IV into the left arm, because that kind of then helps the cell the whole. It will take time because it will take time to go into his system and start to circulate. Again, sorry,
actually, let me do that.
It's your time. I'll shut up. Sorry.
No, you're good. That actually is a great idea. So as that measure
The question
specifically,
is, do you have the confidence to have the big balls to shove it right into the heart? If the answer is yes, do it. If no, then don't.
Before, I'm going to say this. This chemical is very corrosive. You don't want it to be lingering in one place for very long. So if it's sent through an IV, through a drip line, it will take a long time to go through the body. Sending it through the heart is going to be an intense shock to the body. But if it travels too slowly, it'll cause just as much damage.
Wait, as a theory, because yes, I think the heart is going to be the best place to go. But with that being said, I know that because they explained how healing that mercenary like helped dissolve the arrowheads and all that kind of stuff, just from a physical standpoint. I wonder if having Avalon here to cast a heal spell, assuming that there is not a revenant watching us, I wonder if she could cast some sort of minor heal spell on the chest after I plunge that into the chest.
We also
to
have
maybe help
potions.
stabilize it.
Does heal help with shock though? I think that's what V's saying. No, I think shock's a completely different thing.
Doesn't matter. If it's damage that he's taking, heal works.
I don't think it's more. I don't think it will be damage. It's more like internal shock to like the body. I think that's what he's trying to say. Like, would that help? Again, if it helps, again, completely fine. It's just more does heal help with like a sudden surge into your body and your body reacting via that or like shock. Because again, that doesn't. For my I'm not trained in medical science, so I don't know, but I don't think something like that, a magical heal, would help because it's more your body reacting to something internally, which is causing a negative reaction. Not like damage, like me walking up to Drastov and just like fucking sucker punch him in the face. Do you know what I mean? It's more different that way. Again, I could be wrong, but that's just my line of thinking.
Well, there's going to be some level of risk. I wonder if there's after a certain amount of time. Okay, let me just have this one last check, and then we'll just move forward because I don't want to waste too much time. From a medical perspective, is there anything that could be applied after the fact? Like, say, wait an hour, and then I can administer something that would help reduce the acidity to his system?
If the antidote has been delivered the way it needs to be, there's not going to be any lasting damage.
Okay.
Would calm emotions work? Does anyone have calm? Because that a shock to the body is like, would you say
I
it?
think Evelyn could prepare it. No.
Would that? Do you think that would work?
Is that an emotional thing though? Because a system shock is more physical.
I don't know. I'm going to shut up. I keep saying stuff. I'm shut up.
The term shock is a thing that your body goes through. When your body goes into shock, your brain kind of comes off, and your heart gets really slow.
I have a wonderful morbid idea. Share pain. Like life shield. Evelyn life shields the old man. Half the risk of death.
Oregon has calm emotion, though that's not going to help here. She can't get inside.
Yo, Evelyn, life shield the old man. It's totally gonna work. I mean, hey,
Would there be a
Just
risk of
intent.
detection?
gotta suck, but it might work.
I mean,
I'm okay with that if you're okay with the risk of casting in the castle.
I'm about to say I'm not opposed, but there's almost no way that we wouldn't end up pulling the ire of the Revenant because he's gonna be watching us.
Depends if he's around.
I mean, he's responsible for watching us doing anything, and if we're all in the same room, he's going to be there.
That's a good point.
Theo can just chat with him. I mean, I was able to distract him, and I suck at talking.
I mean, I can persuade him in a way. Again, we're not causing harm to him. Like,
Why not?
we can explain. Well, Lucius is also the best person to explain. We can explain to the Reverend, this is what we're doing now. Agree with us or not, this is going to help the Lord of Redcliffe. Now, during this procedure, this is what could possibly happen, and we explain that to the Revenant. And from there, we need to do this because, again, and I'm pretty sure the demon said this, there's an essence of, well, we believe there's an essence of magical poisoning as well. That we need to counteract that with magic. So that's an avenue we could possibly use, and that's why we're casting this spell. All we're doing is sharing the load. If the Revenant feels we are out of order, then he can obviously step in. But the Revenant is lawful. He has some order and structure to him. He's going to understand that, I'd imagine.
Keep in mind the immediate ramifications of revealing to the Revenant that I am a mage, and I have been in the castle this whole time when he said no mages.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think of the things that how you've responded and how you've acted accordingly. Like even with that, like he said no mages. You're not a mage, technically. I mean, in the sense of a spellcaster, like talking out of game at the moment, and I mean you're a cleric within the Dragon Age world. Your magic works a little bit differently, so you're not in the same.
I am not a cleric in the Dragon Age setting. I keep saying this. I was taught in the circle. I am taught spirit magic. I am not a cleric. I have nothing to do with.
Mechanics. We are talking raw Pathfinder 2e mechanics.
Yeah, but that mechanics do not directly translate in a system where they would not apply. There are not magical clerics in the Dragon Age setting.
You say that now, but have you seen the Seekers of Faith from Dragon Age 3?
No.
Fuck that.
Big.
Yeah, you don't want to. But yeah, no, that's my thinking. Like,
Evelyn is mechanically a cleric because that's what she wanted to take for what her class does. However, the history of Evelyn as a character is she is a circle mage because that was the only way to make it work in the storyline.
yeah,
Nicola, natural medicine would certainly work, but you're not allowed to go inside.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, would it be worth, now that we're kind of friendly with them, to say to them, "Oh, what about our two mages? They could help
So
out."
let me try asking.
listen, there's no harm in asking, but I think
Exactly.
I think the demon is then going to say no. Like,
He might say no, but I mean, like,
Mm. Well, if you want to try and ask the Revenant about if it would allow us to use a mage to help the process, because there's a magical poison. I mean, you can definitely try that.
you want me to try?
Frankly, yes, because this is probably going to be a lot more in the field of persuasion than what I can do.
yeah, because it's
Well,
probably better
wait,
than
wait.
that than
Lucius as
betraying
well.
the trust.
He's going to be the main guy doing this. Lucius, do you want me to give this information away, or do you want me just to not say this and we'll just kind of wing it in regards to hopefully what you do will be enough?
I'm more towards keeping with what we've got, and the reason why I say that, I'm not sure. Again, coming from someone who's not magical, I don't know what that is going to provide. I understand the shield or share pain thing. If you're taking physical damage on behalf of the other person, that I can understand that, but I don't know what else is out there. It's not to say that Nicola doesn't have anything. it's an ignorance thing on my part, so I don't know what to say.
I think what we have to understand as well. I think
I
we're
mean,
over,
it's natural medicine I've got.
I think we're overthinking this. Either Vile cures him or he doesn't, and we're fucked. Like there's only so much we can do, and this all relies upon Vile. No pressure, dude. This all relies on Lucius and him applying this correctly. We can take that. Listen, hero points are a wonderful thing. we can apply which like I'm not trying to take away from anything. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like sheer pain. I get that. Like the whole physical trauma side of it, but this guy is already at death's doors. No matter what we do, if Vile fails this, we need to deal with the consequence, and he's fucked. I think that's the way, and what V's tried to explain to us as well. There's only so much we can actually do right now.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna make the roll. I'm gonna just go through the heart, and I'll have to react. I'll have to be reactive based on what happens after that. What I need the rest of the party to figure out, or have at least a general idea of, if this goes tits up, obviously Demon and Child will go completely ape shit. What's the response there?
He's currently like in a stasis, so nothing's gonna happen. We have
totally
to keep that in mind.
Eamon won't die because the demonic pact he made is to keep Eamon alive.
Yeah, again, I think if that's something you're worried about, don't be, because he won't die. He's in
Just
state.
don't say that you failed. Thing right now, you're allowed in the castle with the intention of curing Eamon. If you fail, just don't say that you did. Just be like, hey, it's going to take a couple days. I'm going to wait outside, and I'm going to wait farther and farther away as the days go by. If you say, well, I fucked everything up, then your head will be on a stick.
Ouch. Okay. Well, then let's move on with it. I'm assuming I can find some sort of syringe or something that would be appropriate to use for direct injection to the heart, because that's what I'm going to do.
I've got your song up, dude, just in case you fail. In case you want to listen to that.
I'm scared to click that link.
Eric, do I need to play the fuck up song?
Shot for the heart, and Lucius is to blame. You gave the wardens a bad name.
No.
I've got it.
Deadly Premonition, ladies and gentlemen, the only song.
It's a song that bad shit's about to happen.
Yeah, Eric already knows that this song is bad news.
This fucking song.
Is this the one you used for the fucking painter guy?
All right, V.
It's the new song whenever the party does something retarded, like running into a druidic lich's lair with no backup.
All right, so what do we need to roll there? Actually, just to clarify as well, I don't think we need to have anything for stability, but outside of Drastoff, I want everyone like at least a few feet away from the fucking bed. I don't want to bump into anything or fucking have to worry about that.
Theo is only there, dude, in case shit does go south and like you guys need to get out there, and if anything tries to interfere with you guys, Theo's not going to let that happen. So yeah, I'm not in his way. Like I'm in a good reactive distance, like 20-30 feet away, in case I need to intervene and do anything. Like if that little shit fucking demon sends people to try and fuck with Vile or anything like that, like I'm there to react and be like, no you don't.
All right, how are we gonna do this?
All right. You are going to deliver through a syringe straight into his heart, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's how we're going to do this. You're going to start off by giving me 2 medicine checks. Drestov, you're allowed to assist. If you pass the DC, then Lucius gets a +2 to all of his rolls. Right now, Lucius is getting a solid +3 to everything.
+17. I mean, it's not terrible, but as an assistant, should be decent.
It's good enough. So, Lucius, you're getting a +5. Roll me twice.
There you go, my man. There
So
you
whatever
go.
these are, plus the additional 5, because I'm just doing my normal medicine check here.
Yep.
Fucking hero
That's
point.
a great way to start this.
Hero point, not
One
right.
hero
point.
Now is probably the time.
Yep, we'll do that.
Roll.
Yes.
Much better. Much better.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
That will
That 20.
That's a pretty good change. Now give me one more.
That's a 34, and that is a 23.
23, yes.
You spend the next hour or so, your hands are shaking, you feel like you're gonna throw up, mom's spaghetti, all that shit. You slowly prepare the concoction. You are as gentle as you can possibly be. You are absolutely certain that you have brewed the chemical ready. You draw a whole bunch of it into the syringe. It is a disgusting amount. It is about half a cup. You wouldn't want to put anything into somebody like this before. And the doctor in you is telling you that this is an absolute violation of the oath. I shouldn't be doing this. This is as dangerous and untested as it can be. But it's time to do this. To deliver your medicine, you're going to give me 1 crafting and 1 medicine.
All right. Here goes medicine.
+5. 31.
And crafting.
Nice. Fucking nice, dude.
That medicine check is not enough, but you rolled a nat 20. I will allow you to re-roll that medicine check. You must beat a 19.
Wait.
As
I have a +3 on my rolls, don't
Is
I?
it +5 not coming into that, dude? Remember the pluses
Yeah.
you said?
I'm aiding.
Does that,
Oh,
does that not make
Don't
it 31?
Don't forget the dwarf. He has a 21. Fuck off.
so what you're going to do anyway, since you got the nat 20, you're going to roll again, and we're going to consider it advantage. So whatever was the better roll is what stays.
All right. Medicine, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Much better. Problem solved.
Roll again, just in case. He said get the advantage, so you can roll twice, so just do it again, in case, like,
I think that was the advantage roll already.
oh, was it? Okay, I'll shut up then.
Lucius breathes really deep. It's like, man, I'm about to go down in history as an incredible alchemist who has cured an impossible poison. Or I'm about to be in jail for the rest of my life for committing regicide. Gets ready, clears the tiny little bit of air out of the syringe, winds up and slams it into Eamon's heart. He feels it pierce through the skin, through the fats, through the muscle, a tiny little bit through the blood, and just as you feel where you hit the additional muscle tissue inside the heart, you go directly between the second and third rib, exactly as you're supposed to. You have punctured into the heart, you stop before it gets too deep and ruptures any arteries. You slowly deliver the antidote. Eamon's body starts to spasm and wrench. You can see foam collecting in his mouth. He starts to twitch and convulse. His skin starts to get really pale and really hot. He starts sweating really heavily. But he relaxes. And you watch his breathing. You lay your head down so it's eye level with his chest to watch how he's breathing. You put a hand over his mouth to check for exhalation. There's a strong amount coming. You check his neck. There's still a nice, strong, healthy pulse. You can't know if the medicine has done its job, but you know that if it didn't work, he would probably be dead. Lucius, you are about 80% confident that you have just cured this impossible to cure poison. Good job. Hero.
I will wipe off all the foam and shit, like the evidence that there was any sort of activity. Yeah, fucking sort out the bed. Like there needs to be no evidence that there was some sort of struggle, like his body was freaking out. I'm more concerned with that. Now I'm gonna take a deep breath. Okay. I'm gonna have a moment here. We're gonna start the ass kissing, and I'm gonna point at Theo with you.
What?
Okay, I'm done. That's all I needed. I'm done.
I'm not kissing that old man's ass.
Start some ass kissing. We'll start with you.
Well, you can buy me a beer, and I can say that a noble bought me a beer, and that'll be good. We'll call it
I
Everyone,
mean,
everyone makes a perception check.
I'm gonna sit down now.
I take
I'm
it I
obviously
don't,
still
since I'm
wired.
outside.
You're not in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drestoff and Theo are not really sure what's going on. They are too excited at the prospect that Lucius did it.
we
Adeline,
can leave.
Adeline is still worried and thinking about if she can save the soul inside the Revenant's body. Lucius's eyes and senses are so hyperactive. Lucius is aware that everyone's inside here, and he can hear the stomping of the Revenant coming down the hallway towards this room.
Incoming.
I'm going to stand at the door.
Right.
I'll get dressed off right next to me.
Right, you can go and tell him some sweet little lies. I'm just gonna stand there and look like a dwarf.
I'm gonna hop to my lab. Tinker with something.
Perfect. So I await the Revenant to enter.
The Revenant gets to the doorway and sees that you are in his way and is just looking over your shoulder at what's going on.
I will no. I'm not like standing to obstruct him. I'm just like I'm in, say like probably like what 5 feet away from the door. Like he can still enter. I'm not like stopping him from entering. I'm just waiting for him to enter the room. That's all.
Status, Doctor.
Progress. I'll take that sample that I had in the vial and I'll hold it up for like a couple of brief moments. Say, so I'm applying some a test case here, and once I see the results, I'll know what direction we're going here.
If you don't mind, I will speak for him because he's still doing stuff. And it's at a very critical point right now. We don't want to interrupt his work. He has done fantastic work. He is 80% sure that this is now going through his body and it's working. The only thing we need to do now is wait with time. We need time for everything to go around his body and take away this poison. Again, because of how rare this poison is, it's going to take time to do that. But he has achieved what he's set out to do. If you want to put your hand under the nose, you can feel that he's breathing a lot more comfortably. If you look at his chest, it's a lot more controlled breathing, unlike what was before, where it was kind of not sporadic but a lot slower and heavier. So it's working. It's just taking its time to fully expel the poison from his body. That's why I'm talking on behalf of the doctor, just because Lucius, because he's still doing a few bits there and there to make sure when we're not here that it's still going to take the effect and still make sure that it's working correctly.
The Revenant nods at your update and walks away. Good job, Lucius. All your preparation added up to a lot of pluses. It would have been possible to do this without all the prior work that you did, but the work added up to a lot.
Hard as shit, man. Well done, dude.
It's hard to say no to a +5. Like, that is a huge bonus.
Yeah.
Can I have a 5-minute break so I can change my pants?
No, you must.
Yeah, it's been a few hours.
Sit in your own stool in the glory.
Woo! We're going to take a 10-minute break.